Ever notice how the one thing you can always count on is change? Well, get ready, because today's deep dive is all about change. Like, how prepared are you? Not just you, but like organizations.
Hmm.
We're going deep on how nonprofit boards are tackling this whole change thing.
Yeah.
Using this super interesting article from CSR Communications called Five Benefits of Measuring Your Board's Readiness for Change Now as our kind of like our roadmap.
And it's not just about surviving the change, right?
Right.
This article makes a really compelling case that being truly change ready, like actually ready, can totally change the game for these organizations.
I like that game changer. So, okay, I get that change is inevitable, like duh, but what does it actually mean, practically speaking, for a nonprofit board to be change ready? And why should they even care?
So it's about going beyond just reacting to change.
Right.
And instead, it's being like actively prepared for it. So picture this. A board gets totally blindsided by, let's say, a huge shift in their funding landscape.
Oh, yeah.
Suddenly they're scrambling, stressed, and it totally impacts their ability to help the people they're supposed to be serving.
Right.
That's reacting to change. Not ideal.
Yeah, that's a no for me. So paint me a picture of what a proactive, change-ready board looks like in that same situation. What are they doing differently?
Okay, so they're not just sitting around waiting for the sky to fall.
Yeah.
They're already looking out for those potential funding challenges.
Smart.
They're diversifying, building strong relationships with their stakeholders, so when that change hits, they're not caught with their pants down. They can adapt fast, strategically, and keep their mission on track.
That's a powerful image. Instead of like, being tossed around in a dinghy in a hurricane,
Totally.
they're steering the ship.
Exactly. And that's where measuring change readiness comes in. This isn't just checking a box.
Right.
It's giving the board the tools to navigate the unknown.
Okay, so how does this article suggest boards should actually measure and then, like, improve this change readiness? How do they get from point A to point B?
Well, they lay out 5 key benefits that come with being change ready.
Okay.
And these aren't just fluffy perks. These benefits, they argue, can turn those challenges into, get this, opportunities.
Ooh, I like where this is going. Hit me with number 1. What's the first benefit on the list?
Right, so the first benefit they highlight is keeping those awesome board members around, retention. Because a board that's all about change readiness, that shows they're committed to growth, and that's motivating.
Right. Because who wants to be stuck on a board that's like stuck in the past, right? Yeah. It's like a vote of confidence saying, we value you, we're serious about the future, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. That stability, that forward momentum, that keeps people engaged. People are more likely to stay when they see that the organization's, actually thinking ahead.
So it's not just about holding on to the board members you have, but it becomes easier to attract those rock star board members in the first place.
Oh, 100%.
Which brings us to benefit number 2, recruitment.
Right.
I bet a board that's known for being adaptable is a magnet for talented people.
You know it. Put yourself in their shoes for a sec.
Okay.
You're passionate, you have skills, you want to make a difference.
Right.
Are you going to pick the organization that's like stuck in the mud or the one that's embracing the future?
Easy choice. Sign me up for Team Future.
Exactly. And that's what this article is all about. By showing they're ready for change, nonprofits can attract the best people.
This is really making me rethink how I see change. It's not a burden. It's a chance to get those passionate people on board. What's next on the list?
Benefit number 3 dives into what's happening inside the organization. Stronger board executive relationships.
Okay.
When a board takes the time to assess their change readiness, they open up a crucial line of communication with their executive team.
Makes sense. Instead of being like 2 ships passing in the night, they're on the same page.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not just here to call the shots from afar. We're partners, here to lead this organization through thick and thin.
So it's less us versus them and more we're in this together.
You got it.
Yeah.
That shared commitment to being change ready, it breaks down those walls between the board and the executive team.
Yeah.
It builds trust, collaboration, and understanding. And you need that to make good decisions in a world that's always changing.
It makes you think about how vital communication is, especially when things are changing. Like, you can't navigate a storm if everyone's rowing in different directions,
Exactly.
Okay, what's benefit number 4 on the list? So we've got the board, the executive team, they're vibing, talking, working it out. That's got to be good for making decisions, right?
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. That brings us to benefit number 4, understanding those risks and opportunities. A change-ready board They're not just waiting around.
Right.
They're proactive, scanning the horizon for those what-ifs. And by doing that, they can see those risks, but also opportunities that might have flown under the radar otherwise.
Oh, interesting.
They're thinking, okay, this trend is popping up. What's it going to mean for us down the line?
It's that long game, not just putting out fires, but really strategizing. Makes you wonder, when a board really embraces this forward thinking, what happens? What does that look like?
That takes us straight to benefit number 5, the grand finale.
Yeah.
Making those A-plus decisions. When you've got a board that's engaged, prepped, in sync with their team, they're going to make smart choices.
It's like all these benefits are pieces of a puzzle. Right, they all fit together.
Totally. Stronger relationships, boom. Better communication, plus being smart about risks.
And looping back to something you were saying earlier, it sounds like this approach, this whole change-ready thing, it's not just about surviving. It's about using change to your advantage.
100%. Picture this. A board suddenly has to deal with a shift in public opinion, or maybe some government policy throws a curveball at their cause.
Oh.
A change-ready board, they're prepared, they've got their relationships, their communication strategies, their plans, all ready to go. They don't just weather the storm, they come out stronger.
So they turn a potential crisis into, like, a launch pad for their mission. That's pretty incredible. This makes me think about the Change Readiness Index from CSR Communications. Sounds like a tool to really put these ideas into practice. What do you think?
Great point. They offer this index to help nonprofits figure out where they stand with change and how to grow from there.
So it's like they give you the map and compass for this whole change readiness journey.
Exactly. This isn't just a take a quiz, get a grade situation.
Right.
It's about starting conversations, figuring out what steps to take, and actually seeing how far you've come. That's what being change ready is all about.
Right.
Not fighting change, not trying to be a fortune teller, but building up those skills, that mindset, those structures that help you roll with the punches and thrive no matter what. And you know what's really interesting? While this article is about nonprofit boards, these ideas, they apply to so much more.
You know, this article really made me think about action. It's one thing to talk about being change ready, but we got to walk the walk.
Couldn't agree more. It's like, are we asking ourselves the hard questions? Like, what could trip us up? What could be amazing? And what do we need to handle all of that? And then the big one, what can we do right now, today, to get going?